find out.
We'll find out. It'll happen. Hey, it says we're live, so that's good.
We're
That's a good sign.
we're live. Number 6, Phil.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Number 6. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So we're back for number 6.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
Somehow. It's been good. Yeah, been really good. Back at work, back to normal. Trying to catch up from the long weekend.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's been all right.
Your hair's looking a bit better. Looks like it's grown back a little bit.
Do you know what? I'm surprised how quickly it's growing back, mate. I've got this little wispy bit at the front. I'm gonna have to either trim off again and go again.
Yeah. Unlike mine never goes back.
Who's giving us angry faces? Somebody's giving us angry faces already.
Who's giving us angry? Who's giving us angry faces?
Oh, it's my brother.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Why have I got text on it? I got text on it.
What text you got on it?
On the Facebook Live, it says, "Yeah, it's been all right. You ready? It's putting text on there. You've done something. Go back a little. Don't know what that means. What's that, Phil? Where's that come from?
I don't know. I don't know what I've done here.
I don't know. It's on the live feed. You can see it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we got
mine.
Hey?
Not on mine.
Right, it's on mine. It's on mine. So, yeah, it's been a short week, hasn't it? Because we had bank holiday last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I've been doing a bit of work. I've been going into work and going around the fields and
out on the farm.
Out on the farm. Have a look at what the farmers are doing. Been into work as well one day, but I've spent most of it working from home, which has not been easy this week because the kids have been off school. So I've been trying to do work and I've been down here in the kitchen and then they've all come down and got the breakfast. Then I've been upstairs and then they've been playing outside in the garden. And yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare trying to get stuff done. What's your brother on with? Did he put the text on there?
Yeah, no. He gave us the angry face.
Oh,
gave us the angry face. He said it was an accident.
Anyway,
I won't put it past him. I was on a live this morning and he was rude, so I won't put it past him.
Oh, Jay's on.
Evening, Jay.
Jay, I missed your demo today. I didn't realise. I thought that was yesterday. I didn't realise you were doing it as well today. But yeah, it looked nice in your garden.
Oh, hang on. I've got to just say something.
What?
The first person I know with COVID-19 is watching us right now. Shout out to Claire. Hello, Claire. She's been diagnosed. She's put it up today. Claire's a nurse. She's in the NHS.
All right.
And she had her test results, I think, yesterday, she said. So
yeah.
Hope you're all right, Claire. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. I used to work with her at the bowling alley in Boston. Used to call her olive oil.
Why?
Bless her. There she is.
There she is. She says hi. Hope you're feeling
all
right.
right.
Yeah. Hope you're feeling all right. So, have you got that little... Go on.
I've been baking again today, Phil.
Yeah, so...
Have I changed?
Yes. You've been making sour bread again?
Yeah. It's lovely, though. So nice.
Is it?
It's not helping. It's not helping.
No, I can see that. We need to get out there, don't we, mate, and get on that water again.
Yeah.
So I've been going for bike rides, but it's not quite the same.
Nah. I've been out walking with Jack, and I went out walking the other day and gave myself a blister.
Oh, no.
Walking's rubbish.
Yeah, no, walking's rubbish. Running's rubbish. Bike riding's all right.
It's okay.
Hey?
It's okay.
It's all right, but you know, I'd give anything now for a good windsurf blast.
I'd give anything just for a crappy drain hole puddle paddle at the minute.
Well, that's your only option in Boston.
Yeah, pretty true.
No, I just
I
want
don't
to
know. Witham's nice.
Yeah, it's nice up there when I came. Yeah, I just want to get out and I want to get on the sea and I want some wind and some power and I don't want waves. I don't want to jump. I just want to blast. I just want to blast and that's it. Yeah, just want to blast and like blow away the cobwebs and just go for it.
Oh, what? A ski erg? That sounds like a torture machine to me, Alistair.
Yeah.
I've tried one in the gym, but not for me.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
Not at all. No. If it's not fun, I won't do it. Did you find that video of me on my bike ride yesterday?
I did, but I haven't been able to queue it up.
Oh, you can't put it up. That's a shame. So I went on a bike ride yesterday, and there's a little bit of woods. It's on my Facebook if you want to go to my Facebook and have a look. There's a little bit of woods, and you come down this trail, and on the left-hand side, there's all these little, well, not little, but big gnarly trees coming out the wall at the back. And then it's like forestry, so there's all pine trees down on the right, and there's these trees on the left, and it's obviously an old road that went through with walls either side. And all you can hear is the birds and the stream down the bottom. Other than that, it's dead quiet. And I've lived here for years, and the first time I went down there about 14 years ago, I think, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies, that place. It really does.
What is it though? Why does it give you the heebie-jeebies? Is it just because it's so quiet and so away from everything?
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's round a bend, so you go around this bend, and these trees are on the inside of a bend, and the path disappears off around that way and then round that way, and there's no one around. There's nothing. There's no houses. There's nothing. And it's like in the forestry land down the bottom, it's very Blair Witch. So there's pine trees and they're all knocked over, and there's stream down the bottom and all that. And I think what it is, when I don't know, I might have shown you this photo. It might have been before your time working at Barford's, but I went down there. And it was winter, and I took a photo of these trees because I thought they looked good. And it wasn't misty. When I looked at the photo, it was misty on the photo, and there was a face in the mist. I kid you not, looking at the roots of this tree. And ever since then,
it's weird.
It's weird. It's freaky. And I drove night before last. I went for a late bike ride. And it was dusk coming through there. And it wasn't pitch black, but it was dusk. And I stopped at the top, and there's two ways. You can follow the road or you can follow the track. And I thought, it's not dark, but if I go down the road, if I go down the track, it'll be dark because of all the trees. And I thought, oh, sod it. It's only a track. There's nothing down there. I got there. I didn't half pedal fast to get out the other end. It's freaky. I don't know what it is about that place, but it's freaky. Anyway, shame you haven't got that video.
Yeah, I've just been having a look for it. I can't get it to line up right.
Never mind. Barbecue today. Anyway.
My interwebs is struggling a bit tonight.
That was it. Barbecue today. I had a barbecue today.
Oh, did you try out the new barbie?
No, I didn't try it. This is the third time I've used it. I said I weren't going to do COVID.
Good.
Yeah, I said I weren't going to do COVID lockdown without that, and it's brilliant. It's a bargain. It was from Middle of Lidl, my favourite shop.
I did a SUP exercise class this morning. A friend of mine came on my little private group and did a fitness class, and I'm feeling a bit worn out from it. She worked me hard for about 45 minutes.
Yeah. What sort of things did you do then?
There was a bit of cardio, a bit of Pilates. Nice. It was like a low budget Joe Wicks.
All right.
If you glue two of him like together.
Yeah. No offense to your friend.
No, that's me. I'm the low budget Joe Wicks.
All right. Bargain basement, more like.
She was good. Charlie was good.
Shall we get our guest on?
Yeah, we can.
I've got a little intro.
Are you going to do it? Do you want to do his intro, or do you want him on screen while you do the intro?
Let's get him on. Let's get him on. We need him on. We need him on.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ben Pye.
Evening.
Hey.
Good evening. How are we doing?
Hey!
How's it going?
Right,
Good to see you all.
cheers. So, we got Ben on, our special guest. Can we have my little intro on, Phil?
You want your screen up?
Let's have the screen up.
There we go.
So, Ben.
Yeah.
Facebook's wonderful, especially for someone of your age, because everything's on there. Your whole life is on there, so you can look back at the memories. That's a good point, but it's also a bad thing because everyone else can look back at your memories as well and dig them up in front of your face.
Yeah.
So, you were born on the 19th of June in the year 2000, the Millennium Baby, to two pretty cool parents, Steve and Joe.
Yeah.
And big sister Holly.
Yeah.
So the picture on the right there, when I found that on Facebook, there was a bit of a discussion of which child that was, whether it was you or whether it was Holly. Anyway, it turned out Joe knew, and it was Holly. And we found quite a few pictures of Holly. Couldn't find that many of you though at this age, so it's pretty clear who the favourite child was.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, eventually I did find some. I found this one, stuff in your face. Yeah. I found this one. And we thought in that photo you were a little bit old for Tommy TP. But should have been drinking out of a proper cup at that age. But we did like your little fetish for ladies' headwear.
Yeah. I think I wrap it pretty well.
Yeah. I think this one's better though. I think that one really suits you, that.
Yeah. I think I'm going to dig that out and wear it again sometime soon.
Anyway, it's pretty clear that you've always been into your sports, and we found pictures of football and mountain biking and BMXing and all sorts of stuff. But it was water sports that's really grabbed you, and this is the earliest water sports pictures I could find. The old being pulled on a bodyboard along the water.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit confused because you were born in the year 2000. I'm pretty sure there was digital cameras by then. So I don't know why the one on the right looks like it was taken in the 40s and then colorized afterwards.
I don't know.
Family potato. Yeah. That one.
Anyway, we found some other photos of you involved in water sports. Some super cool. There's nothing cooler than a little Grom with a... How big was that board?
I think we have actually still got that. I think it's been snapped in half and kind of re-put back together. But I think it's about 6'5". I think.
Oh, it's bigger than I thought then.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, about 6 foot, 6'5". Really, yeah.
It's still a pretty cool photo though.
Yeah.
Unlike this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we all know where you went on to, and you've got quite a few podium positions, and went on to represent GB out in China.
Yeah, for sure. It's been.
But looking through mainly your Facebook, no one else's, mainly yours, we found that you've got quite a thing for sticking your tongue out in photos, and there seems to be a little phase that you went through. How old were you here, Ben?
Probably about 12, I think. I can't really remember too much. Yeah. Yeah,
so you seem to be really good at pulling your tongue out and getting other people to pull their tongues out with you as well.
Yeah.
We found one pouty person that didn't want to stick a tongue out, pouted instead. And another one with your tongue out. So this is obviously a phase that you went through when you're about 12.
Yeah.
and you obviously grew out of it.
Yeah. Very thankfully.
No.
Where's this? Is this out in China?
Yeah, that was in China. Yeah.
So this is last year.
Good times.
Still sticking your tongue.
Yeah. Fun times, always.
And we thought that you look much better with the cultured look rather than sticking your tongue out.
Yeah. That was a good day.
But by far the best photo that we found on Facebook of you is this one. Repping the fanatic.
Jace up. Yeah. I was actually trying to do the old the cockroach there, and it didn't go too well. But
there's
little clues.
You've stood in shit though.
Sorry?
It does look like you've stood in shit though.
Yeah, very much.
How to upset Plume in one swift movement.
There's a little clue to the culprit for that photo there. Look at the number plate.
Yeah.
Good old Jason. So yeah. So I did a good bit of Facebook stalking down your profile, Ben, today.
Fun time.
Yeah. Mainly from when you're about 12.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Seriously, what's the tongue all about?
Just repping a trend.
What trend was that?
The dog hanging out of a window trend.
Yeah.
So I've got to apologise because I know I keep sticking my finger in my ear. And we did a little challenge today, didn't we?
Yeah.
That we'll come back to in a minute, but it gave me headache and it's blocked my ear up.
Yeah, me too, definitely.
I don't think I'll be doing that again in a rush.
Not my favourite challenge at all.
So we do. Go on, Ben.
All fun and games.
Yeah, we do need some more challenges though. So if anyone's got any ideas, any ideas of challenges that we can do. Obviously, it's got to be a challenge that we can do indoors or out in the garden. But if you've got any ideas, send us a message on Facebook or drop a comment in here. So yeah, that'd be good.
Our ideas are running thin, and if we end up doing what we did today, then it's going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. Putting our bodies on the line is completely different.
Yeah. So how are you coping with lockdown, Ben?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm pretty gutted not to be paddling or surfing right now. Especially at the start, we had some real good Croyd, and all the spots near us in North Devon were firing, and it was real hard to stay out of the water. Like Lynmouth and whatnot were looking really good, but yeah, so managed to kind of get past that stage, and then we had a flat stage pretty much since then. We haven't really had a lot of swell, so that's been fairly easy. But yeah, it's like today we had wind, which would have been good for the wing and the foiling, and maybe a bit of windsurf foiling. But yeah, it's been all right. I've mostly been cycling and just trying to stay active and keep myself entertained and not going crazy running around the garden or anything. But
we got a question from Jason for you, Ben.
Go on then.
Can you put that one out, Phil?
Here we go.
Who cut my hair? My mum. She isn't normally a barber, but she's pretty good at it, so
I think she's done a good job.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's too much to go wrong, but yeah,
she's done a better job than the hatchet job Phil did on himself last week.
Yeah. You can go wrong with a clipper cut, you know. You can go wrong.
What?
yeah.
At least mine's a choice to take mine off, Plume.
Yeah.
Not going to be for much longer, but
So Ben, how old were you when you started with? Because I know your family's a real water sports nut, all of you, aren't you? So when did you first start with the water sports? Then how old were you?
Yeah. So I'd say, it was pretty young. I started surfing about 7. I'd say it was out in Tenerife about 7, and then pretty much just went from there. Really, I'd say I kind of learned to windsurf about 10 in France. Every summer we'd go down to France for kind of a week's holiday in the summer, and then kind of learned to windsurf around then. About 10, learned to kite around age of 13, and then that was kind of as stand up kind of started to come into a scene for me and pretty much take over. So I started off paddling actually in Tenerife. A friend of my dad's was about, I'd say, it was about 8, and Nigel Howes lives in the Isle of Wight, and he had a sup, and I was 8, and so that would have been 2008, and basically just I wasn't really a fan at the start, I'd say. It was just something that I thought, I'll try it, have a go. Pretty much ended up ditching the paddle and surfing the board. And then I went back to it about 2013 when we were in Tenerife, and I was there to surf and windsurf, and we had no wind or no surf. And my dad had a starboard pocket rocket that he basically he was into sup way before me. He'd been doing it for a couple of years already. So he started pretty early as well, around, I'd say 2009, 2010. Pretty much just went out on it because it was 1 foot, real small surf and something to do, keep myself occupied. And from then on, I came home after that holiday and pretty much was addicted from there. We went down to South Devon for a starboard dealers meeting that Nick Watt was running, demo day thing. And I ended up meeting Paul Simmons. He was running the day, obviously working for Starboard at the time. So he basically ran it from there. And then from then on, I was kind of really, really hooked into it. SUP was the main thing, SUP surfing. Started racing around 2014. I joined the Starboard team, and I think about 2014. And that was when racing started for me, really. Scott Warren was a big, big mentor for me from the start. Taught me pretty much everything I knew, along with Crispin Jones. Big, big thanks to him for that. And then, Paul as well. Paul Simmons was a big, big part of it. So it was kind of a group of guys that all helped me along the way and taught me quite a lot. 2015, 2016, just kind of went on from there, really. And then I competed in Watergate in 2014. So that was my first kind of surf event for me, SUP surf event, the British Nationals. But yeah, so it's kind of gone on over the years since 2013. But yeah, so I did a couple surf events and pretty much realized that I loved surfing, but also loved racing, and tried to balance it from there. But for me, I've always been big into other sports. Windsurfing, kiting, foiling now, for example, is a massive thing for me. And it's, as much as racing is my main focus, it's also, I want to be the best I can be in all the other sports, and windsurfing and kiting and surfing and foiling and everything. So yeah, just balance it all, be the best I can be in everything. And yeah, that's pretty much how it's gone.
Yeah. I was going to say, which do you prefer, surfing or racing?
I don't know. That's a hard one. I wouldn't say I have a favorite, really. But yeah, I'd say it all depends on the conditions. If there's real good surf, I love to go and surf. But if there's not and it's summer, then yeah, I'd say just racing is the thing for me.
I'd quite happily ditch any race in the world anywhere if there was surf.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends what kind of
go on surf. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what kind of race it is, really, because flat water racing for me is a big thing, but it doesn't interest me as much as surf racing does, and downwinding and all that. So
yeah,
it depends.
It depends on the conditions as well, doesn't it? You know, I'd rather do a downwind than have a bit of a crappy windsurf with no waves.
Yeah.
You know, but then if the waves are on and the wind's in the right direction, then I'd rather windsurfing the waves. And same with racing. I think some races are really good, and you look forward to it, and you'll miss out on ways to do it. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Ben. It just depends on the conditions, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's
we got a question from Todd. Look, it's a good question.
Just want to quickly shout out the man that needs a set of clippers more than any of us. If the hair was any shorter on Ben, you'd look like us too.
Yeah, coming from that,
yeah.
The man who really needs a set of clippers.
I was going for that.
There you go. Todd says, "Where's your beer at?"
Right here.
Right there.
Real steady.
So we've had a couple of questions come in. Jack Evans, who inspires you most?
I'd
it's
say,
not Jack.
No, not at all. No. I'd say paddling wise, a lot of the guys that kind of started from an early age, like or a kind of when paddling first came in. So Glenn Eldridge, all those guys down in Cornwall, Ollie Shilston, Ryan James, for example, real started off and kind of ran the sport from the start. So those guys are really inspire me.
Ben, you missed us two out.
And Phil as well.
Oh geez, what?
Yeah.
What?
Paddy's in. Paddy from the first week.
Yeah.
He's asking if we're on the toes on the balance board nose challenge. I've not seen it.
I saw Paddy.
I saw Paddy's efforts.
Yeah, I saw Paddy's.
I've
not got one. Have you got one, Ben?
No. I tried to make one a couple of years back, but didn't go too well. I haven't tried the balance board too much.
I've got one, but it's under the stairs at the minute.
So good, is it? What you mentioned the foiling, Ben?
Yeah.
Have you got a wing? Have you?
Yeah.
How have you been finding that before we got locked down?
Yeah, loving it. It's been real good to kind of simplify the wind sports for me. Like windsurfing is great, kiting is great, but it's the time it takes to set it up, and it's all new, and you never know what's going to happen. So being at kind of the front of it is really exciting. So the wing is real simple, as I'm sure you both know. A quick pump up, and you're on the water with the foil, and it's fast. Learning something new always excites me, so it's good fun.
Yeah, it's it doesn't replace. I've never kited, so I don't know. But it doesn't replace windsurfing, does it? It's a completely different thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, windsurfing and kiting definitely still have their place for me when it's extreme and really windy. But with the wing is really good fun in light wind for me, and kind of spots where for us we're quite limited with tide, so we only have like a certain amount of tide every day, and obviously all at different times. So there are some days where we can't actually get on the water. So the wing is really good at some spots where we've got a lake, which is obviously like super gusty normally to windsurf. Kite is just not possible at all, but it for the wing is actually works pretty well, and that's where I've been doing most of my foiling is actually on the lake. So it kind of fills in those times when I can't go windsurfing or kiting, and it's good to get out on the wing.
Yeah, I found myself because I work near the beach, and I was down the beach last week, I think it was, and I just went for a look, and I shouldn't have done because I got down there and it was flat, the sun was shining, it was about 15 knots. It wasn't really windsurfing weather, but for the wing and the foil, it would have been absolutely fantastic. And there's some little waves coming through on the bar, not very big at all, but he could have just caught that little bit of swell.
Yeah.
It just makes days like that where there's really nothing. Just you've got something you can do all of a sudden, haven't you?
Yeah, for sure, exactly that. Yeah, it fills in all those times where normally it would be kind of not a too great windsurf or kite session, and just could get frustrated. But the wing is just real fills in those sessions, which is good. Just
on this before we move on, we've got a question in. What foil setup are you using?
So I'm on the starboard, the foil setup. We got the 2000 Ocean Surf, which is great for downwind. But I'm loving the 1700 on the wing. So I've been using mostly. Is fast, agile, really maneuverable, and it's perfect for the wing. It's got quite a lot of lift, but also really controllable at high speed. So perfect.
Excellent.
It's all foreign to me.
You need to have a go, Phil. Honestly, Phil, it's so easy. It really is easy.
Thing is, though, I've got nowhere to use one. So, I'm paddling rivers. There's no...
Get yourself down Skeggy. Skeggy?
I could sometimes, I guess, but just no value in me spending however much a new foil board would cost me. A new foil plus a wing, just not worth the money.
Yeah. So
I don't get a chance to use my surfboard anymore.
No, I've got a question for you, Ben. So you are 19.
Yeah.
What's your goals in water sports? What do you want to achieve?
That's a good question. I mean, I'd love to take paddling as far as I can go, continue competing internationally and abroad, and see what happens. Obviously, right now, everything's pretty much on hold. I had plans for the Euro Tour this summer, but I don't think, obviously, that's going to happen. So we'll see where it goes. But I'd like to take paddling as far as I can internationally, but also continue my surfing and windsurfing and sup surfing, everything. The foil is really exciting right now. Races are starting to pop up that have been kind of sup downwind races and stuff like that. It kind of starting to include a foil class. So I'd love to follow foiling, see how far it takes me, where we end up. But yeah, I'd say continue all of my sports for as long as I can, and kind of compete and do them all at the highest level possible. I don't know if there will ever be a time where I have to kind of focus solely on one, but for now, just keep everything going for as long as I can and improve as much as I can in each sport.
Yeah. Excellent. So tell us, have you seen that comment from Paddy, lot?
Yeah.
He's got wetsuit review.
I think I've got a wetsuit that's getting on for that, actually.
There seems to be a lot of talk in the chat about sharks or large species. Is that some kind of in-joke with you and your friends?
Yeah.
I've had Alex and I've had Harry as well.
Yeah. Always.
So you tackling the big ones down there, are you?
Yeah. Cornwall, Devon's full of them. Just great whites, all sorts.
This is another good one from Alex.
Yeah.
No, we keep it. We tend to keep it pretty. As you boys both know, I'm sure that we're pretty lucky. Sup's a pretty relaxed kind of sport. It's not too serious. People don't tend to take it too seriously.
Well, that depends. That depends who you're talking about.
It's usually your mentor that's the one causing problems, isn't it? The one having the beef. That's Warren's job, isn't it? To cause trouble.
Yeah, he likes a bit of beef. Definitely likes a bit of beef. Ben, tell it you got a sticker behind you, Subcoaching UK. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so it's starting to grow. at the moment. We've been running a few clinics around the country. Ran 2 clinics in Cambridge last year for Anna at Super Whale. Couple more clinics lined up this year. One of them was meant to be yesterday at the Head of the Dart race. So it's getting exciting. Just really enjoy helping other people with their paddling and improve their paddling. So it's just, yeah, it's fun to see where it's going to go, and hopefully it'll grow some more.
Yeah, excellent. So we got a challenge. Big Sis has been on. She's laid a challenge down for you.
Yeah, thrown in the gauntlet.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not any good at any accents.
Well, there must be a reason behind putting that challenge down.
There must be a reason. Come on.
No, we had a joke a couple of years ago in Tenerife, and
Ben, I need to stop you there. You need to be doing this in an Australian accent.
No,
Come on.
Not any good at it at all.
Well, have a go. Come on.
I don't want to embarrass myself, Phil.
Well, no, we can do that for you.
Yeah, I was going to say we're quite good at that. Scotty Warren's in the room. He's listening. He's seen us pull out the Scotty Warren beef card.
Yeah, you sometimes have to say what you have to say.
It's true.
Yeah,
True.
Mm-hmm. So
Paddy.
come on, Ben. I want to hear this accent.
No, it's all a myth, Phil.
I bet it's not. She's been on again, look. He cracks out his Aussie accent at any opportunity.
No.
You just got camera, yeah.
She's actually better than me. I think you should get her on. And
that's a good idea. Maybe we should get Holly on.
We could have a sibling accent off.
We should have done the challenge with both of them together.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Or was she the one filming, Ben?
No, Mum was filming.
What did your mum think of this challenge?
Yeah, pretty funny. She's found it, pretty funny. It kind of, I'm sure as both of you know, it was a bit of fun and a bit of pain at the same time.
It was horrible. I didn't realise how bad it was going to be.
Yeah, no, not at all. But that video you actually sent yesterday, Phil, of the guys doing it on YouTube was pretty intense.
I couldn't get my watch to work right. I don't know what it was doing. It would not register any steps.
Oh, whoa. You're going to give the game away. We'll wait for that.
We've had some good questions come in.
Go on then, let's crack through some questions.
So we had a quick one from Paddy. What's your top tip? One tip for paddling.
That is a hard one. I'd say keep it fun, mainly. Make sure you're enjoying it. If you aren't enjoying it, and there's no point doing it. But yeah, keep it fun.
I agree with that.
Paddy doesn't do anything unless he enjoys it.
Best way.
No.
Yeah, he's got the best attitude.
Sarah from Sup Junkies in. What was your favourite moment in China?
I'd say that's a real tough one because that was an epic trip. But I'd say right at the end of the trip, we had the distance race, 20-kilometer distance race. And I'd say kind of coming into the finish of that, it was, for me, distance racing isn't my kind of favorite thing to do. Tech racing is, as most people know, tech racing is my kind of specialty. So the tech racing was great fun, but coming in to the finish of the distance race, the heat, I was pretty close to pulling out of that race halfway through. Basically, it was 20 kilometers, so about 2 hours long, and I just didn't think about my hydration or anything, and I was pretty much just focusing on the paddling. So pretty much got halfway through, and I was close to pulling out. My vision kind of went, everything was blurry, and it was purely just the heat. It was super hot out there, so to finish that race and to kind of pull myself back from what I was sat halfway around the course thinking I was going to pull out. So to pull myself back from that and finish that race, that felt pretty cool. Yeah, it was good. That was the top moment for me, I'd say.
Yeah, sounds good. You're glad you didn't pull out. So don't pull out of a race, Ben. I've done it, and I swore I'd never do it again.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've never done that, and I wouldn't want to.
No.
So we've had a good one from Zach as well. How much of a difference does sponsorship and funding enable you to give yourself the best chance at international races?
Massively, yeah. So we did quite a lot of fun, like for China, we did quite a lot of fundraising as a GB team, and loads of people kind of put money in, which was great. Doesn't matter what amount you put in. If I think everything adds up and it all helps. Every little helps for sure. Sponsorship, I'm super lucky to have a few different brands behind me, helping me along the way. Throughout the years, we've had a couple of different brands that have helped me out, and it really does make that difference for us, especially in the UK. None of us are professional athletes. We're not getting paid full time like a lot of the other guys. When you go to a race or an event like the World Championships in China, it really does make that extra bit. So anyone fundraising for anything, if you can help out any kind of event like that, it really does make the massive difference. And for us, we had real problems getting kit out to China, so all the fundraising and stuff that we did really helped. The prices, I mean, me and all the other team all got stung pretty heavily at Heathrow Airport leaving. I got charged, I think it was about £280 just to fly a couple paddles. The other guys with flying out with surf sups and race boards got stung like £700, almost £500. So that was a real bummer, kind of starting the trip on that. But
I remember that you had massive problems, didn't you? You had massive problems to get out there.
I
reached out to some business people that I knew to see if they could help. But
it really does make the difference massively.
Yeah. What else? Oh, another good one from Paddy. Paddy's on fire with the questions tonight. Most embarrassing moment in a sup event?
It's a hard one. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'd say not so much embarrassing, but more kind of the point I've been so disappointed with my result was a couple of years ago. I was competing in the junior class of the Watergate Bay Surf nationals, and I think I got knocked out in the quarterfinals or something. So it was an event that I'd been looking forward to for so long. I remember looking forward to it and training pretty hard for it all summer, kind of September time. So I'd be training all summer, getting ready for the event, and to get knocked out in the quarterfinals, I was gutted because I knew I could do a lot better than that. I knew I could make it to the final, but the level of competition was going up every year, and I just made a silly mistake, and a couple of stupid mistakes really does make the difference. But so I wouldn't say there's any embarrassing moments, but just kind of silly mistakes that are disappointing and annoying.
We got Phil. Have you seen that question from Ryan Cobb?
Yeah.
That Alistair's still on. Alistair will be interested in the answer to this one as well.
Yeah, he will, yeah.
Well,
I'm not actually a fan of pies and pastries and things like that too much. Like sausage rolls and things like that aren't my cup of tea, really.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why he looks like that and I look like this.
No, he looks like that because he's only 19, Phil.
Yeah, it'll hit him.
It'll hit him. Right. I saw a good message from Annie a while back.
Annie.
Yeah.
That one.
I like
that for a great beach start.
Yeah. That's a good question.
The beach start, I'd say massively is important in any race, obviously, but one of the most important things that people don't look at enough is actually running into the start down the beach at the start. I'd say that's one of the most important parts of it, making sure you get a good solid run, a good bit of momentum as you hit the water, so that you're still, as soon as you hit the water, you're kind of gliding through, and then you've got that time to stand up, and all that board speed gives you stability as well. So gives you the time to get up and get paddle ready and get paddling.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The more speed you get hitting the water, exactly, you've just got the balance on the board then, haven't you, to get up and get paddling. I agree. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think we've got one more time for a question, Phil. Then we need to go to the challenge. We've got another good one from Ryan. Look, he's just popped it up. So that one?
Yeah.
What international race would Ben love to do? It's got to be Molokai to Oahu, 32 miles in Hawaii. From obviously everyone knows it, everyone's had it. It's the bucket list for me. Yeah, that would be the top one. Second behind that would be the Gorge. I'd say Columbia River Gorge.
The Gorge.
Yeah, be epic.
It's on my bucket list. I keep looking. I look every year, I think.
Yeah.
Not even bothered about competing. I'd just go and paddle it.
Yeah, would be epic.
You two need to get yourself up to Loch Ness on a windy day. Honestly, it's awesome.
I was watching a program in Scotland the other day, actually, and it makes me want to head up there.
Yeah.
I think this summer maybe take a weekend off and head up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you went up to Fort William, somewhere up there, you've got Loch Ness, you've got Loch Lochy. If it's windy, you can downwind them, and then you've got the ferry, haven't you, over to Tiree as well, not far away from there. So you could really make a good trip out of it. Yeah, right. Challenge time.
Okay. Where did you see it, Plume? Come on, tell us. Where did you see it?
I've been searching up bloody challenges to do all week. And it just got to the crunch point, and I thought, right, we've got to pick something. And we've all got, everyone who's into paddleboarding, we've all got one of these. Yeah, we've all got some sort of activity tracker or watch. I mean, who hasn't nowadays? And they count steps. But they don't only count steps, they count movements. Yes, gone completely. They count movements that it thinks are steps. So you can do some interesting things with the watches, and that's what we decided to do. How'd you find it, Ben?
Yeah, painful, good fun. But yeah, I went for a bike ride after I filmed that, and I basically had a banging headache for the whole 2 hours. I was out.
Right, let's get it on. We're going to give too much away if we keep talking.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
So this is my little effort, guys. Bear with us. It's about a minute and a bit long. You ready? There we go.
Oh, here we go. So the challenge was you stick your watch in your hat and you bang your head and see how many steps you could get in that time. So, Ben, well done, mate.
Thank you very much. What do I win?
Nothing. Bragging rights. Bragging rights. What were you doing, mate?
Well, I couldn't get it to register, and I obviously wasn't doing the right movement somewhere.
No. Well, it was crap looking at that video. You were just doing that. You got to shake it around.
I picked the piece of music beforehand. I was too busy listening to the music.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I felt shocking. I felt shocking after that.
Yeah, I was pretty finished after that.
I used to go out to like heavy metal things when I was younger and do that for 2 hours. And I was fine. I can't even do it for a minute now.
See, I've never done that. Never.
Having said that, I've knackered up my ear and I felt dizzy, and I'm not doing that again.
Head banging.
I'm not doing that again. That was horrible.
Anybody out there who's laughing and thinks it was easy, do a minute and see how many you can clock up. Post them on the wall on the page. Just let us know what you can get.
Plume, remind me to never do another one of your challenges.
You've got to think of one for next week, yeah.
To be fair, we should have had Scotty Warren doing that one, really.
I don't know. I quite liked him doing the old blinding lights thing.
I think you should bring back the wetsuit.
Yeah, the wetsuit one was good, wasn't it? Speaking
of the wetsuit, I don't. If Sarah's still here, I reckon Sarah's actually broken the record for that. I saw a post earlier saying that the record was 39 seconds. Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you did it in 29 or something. So you've probably beaten that. But it's yeah. So if it's right, Sarah's actually got the record on the real Cornwall surfing page for the time to do the wetsuit.
Good work.
Look at that. I do.
Have you tried? Have you done it, Ben?
No. I'll try it and I'll let you know how I get on.
You should be able to get in your
video on the page.
I will do.
No video, it didn't happen.
Yeah. Cool.
What else we got in here? There's quite a lot of people enjoying that challenge, I think.
Yeah. What's the dog, Ben? Do you go to a pub dog?
Oh yeah.
Saturday night in the dog.
Yeah. A pub in town.
The local.
Yeah. Always.
Well, you dance like that in the pub?
No. No. Absolutely not.
Right. We're going to start wrapping things up now. We're going to try and keep these a little shorter than they have been in the past.
We're not doing very well.
No, we're not, are we? We're all right. We're usually about 10 minutes over, aren't we?
How are you boys coping in lockdown?
Well, can't you tell by the videos we're coming out with?
Yeah.
Not a lot different for us, Ben, to be honest, because we're both still working.
Yeah. I am on and off pretty much.
You're working?
Still, yeah. On and off, the odd emergency and stuff.
Yeah. So apart from not being able to do the stuff we want to do on weekends, it's normal, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sooner it's over, the better, right? And then we can get back out doing what we want.
Yeah, true that.
I think for me, not getting out on the water has really hit me this week just gone, and I've just been a bit miserable, and that's why I think it's because I've not been out on the water, and anything would do at the moment. Just any windsurf, foil, anything would do. But I'm not getting.
We have been pretty lucky with weather-wise, haven't we? But if it ended up being as bad as it was, do you remember all those storms we had a few months back, a month or so ago? I think if we had that, everyone would just be going crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm feeling it again this week. It feels like something's just took my sparkle a little bit. So I'm fighting to get it back with lager.
Have you ever had any sparkle?
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah. Must have missed that stage.
At some point, somewhere, maybe.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are feeling that, looking at the comments.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Andrew Smith, Andy's in there.
Yeah. Yeah, Paddy's saying when the surf, that's really going to hurt.
Won't bother me. Not missing anything.
No, not you. But for us people that stayed near the sea rather than move away, it's going to hurt. Right, we need to wrap it up. Thanks for coming on, Ben.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll catch up with you later in the season, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we get back to it.
And back to normal.
Good. Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. Catch you later, man.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
So, Plume.
Mate.
End of another week.
Yeah, week 6.
Mad, isn't it?
Week 5, podcast 6.
Podcast 6, yeah. So we did the emergency.
We did the emergency one. So, so we'll be back next week. We're not quite sure who we'll have on yet. We've got a couple of people lined up potentially. We just need to confirm it. And then we might have something a little bit different in a couple of weeks' time. We could tell you more about that next week if that's confirmed. And that's it for this week.
Yeah. Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers.
See you later, guys.
Bye.